Hello, I'm going to explain about Comptroller and Auditor General of our India. Okay, of our Indian under Article 148 to Article 151 of our Constitution. Hmm? So first of all, Comptroller and Auditor General. Okay, I have already begun that the Comptroller and Auditor General of our India. Okay, is a statutory body. Okay, and first of all, Comptroller and Auditor General means who supervise or who audits, okay, who computer the particular financial administration or financial matters, who supervise the financial matters of our country especially. Now, as finance is a very valuable and very important thing for everyone, his role also is very significant, okay, and by B.R. Ambedkar also, he is he is said as the most important officer or a most important role, okay, in the Indian Constitution, and others are Supreme Court and Election Commission and all. Okay, so Comptroller and Auditor General under Article 148 of our Constitution, okay, assigns the particular Comptroller and Auditor General that his appointment, his how his appointment can be done, his term, who appoints him, the president appoints him. His term is merely for 6 years, okay, and that's it. He cannot continue. Then after that, his term, his appointment, his qualifications are the same as that of the Supreme Court judge. Hmm. So after that, Comptroller and Auditor General under Article 148. Okay, we can talk about its independence. Okay, that how independent is the particular person. Okay, so his independence is that he cannot be directly removed by anyone. Okay, the president may appoint him, but the president cannot directly remove him. Okay, the president can't be an arbitrary. After that, his independence is that once he is appointed, okay, once he is appointed, his salary nor his rights in respect of leave of absence, pension, or age of retirement can be altered to his disadvantage. Okay, when he is appointed, you have to see everything that can he be able to give time to his particular role and job, that which is very significant for not just for the people but for the whole nation's sake. Hmm? So after that, there are other sort of limitations, okay, and his service conditions are determined by the parliament. These are some of his main major independence that the Comptroller and Auditor General get. Okay, he is the he is said as to be the most important person, okay, said in the Indian Constitution, but I don't wholly agree, okay, because he also has some of the limitation. We'll see them further. Hmm? So after 148, that is its appointment, its terms and all, under Article 149 of our Indian Constitution is the duties and powers, okay, particularly duties and powers of Comptroller and Auditor General. Hmm? So I would like to say that the he first of all, he's what the thing that he audits are can be seen into three types, that is appropriation audit, public undertakings, and financial accounts. He particularly audits these three types of bills and accounts only. Okay, now let's continue to Article 149. That Article 149 of our Constitution says about powers and duties of Comptroller and Auditor General. Okay, now he's as he's deemed as the most important person, okay, by B.R. Ambedkar, who was a very great freedom fighter for the backward class and all. Of course, there might be some reasons he said this. So his powers and duties are, I'll say, limited. Hmm? Because he has to I will see it further, but uh, under Article 149 he has to audit the consolidated fund, he has to audit the public accounts, he has to audit the contingency fund of our India. Hmm? Under Article 149 of our Constitution. After that, he also has the freedom, okay, I'll say, he does not means he just have the merely freedom of auditing the expenditure of public, of the expenditure of companies, corporations. Okay, he has the power, it's a very important power of him, that he can audit its expenditure of particularly bodies, okay, particular bodies which measures are of its people. Hmm? Now after that, uh, he audits, okay, audits karna matlab particularly supervise karna, okay, he has to audit them, contingency fund, consolidated funds, some of the funds which are very important, okay, for our India. Okay, all revenue and all are gathered in that funds, and he has to audit this is a very important financial administration first of all. So these are his powers under Article 149 of our Constitution. He has to audit. Now, after that, under Article 150 of our Constitution, okay, is that he advises the president. Okay, दो चीज हो गए. That is, first Article 148 is his name, his appointment, his term. Article 149 is powers and duties mainly. After that, Article 140, 150 of our Constitution is that he has to advise. That advice may be binding, may not be binding, but he has to advise the president with regard to prescription of the form in which the accounts of center and the state shall be kept. Hmm? मतलब forms, prescriptions, accounts, he has to advise the president. If the president may need it, may not need it, depends on them. Okay, but under the constitution, it is said that he has to advise the president. Hmm? So after Article 150, that's the only thing that you have to advise. Article 151 of our Constitution, after that, says that he has to give recommendations, he has to give particular audit reports to the President to place them in front of the House of Parliament. Now, when the House of Parliament starts after every 5 years or after long term, the President particularly place the reports, particular some of the reports in front of the parliament. So these reports are some of the financial reports, some of the reports, main reports, prime reports about the nation's building and all. So after that, these reports about finance are also uh, given by the Computer and Auditor General. Okay, many such bodies like Finance Commission also submits the reports to the president, and the president place them in front of the House of Parliament. Okay, and one of this report is given by the Computer and Auditor General under Article 151 of our Constitution. These are the four articles, important articles about Computer and Auditor General. First is appointment term, is qualifications, the Computer Auditor General. Article 149 is duties. Article 150 of our Constitution is its um, advice that he is given to the president, and Article 151 is his reports that you have to submit to president. That was a small recap. After that, we are going to talk about his real role. Okay, so his role is very significant as he has to administer the financial administration of our country, but still his powers are limited. Okay, because if you have if someone has to administer the finance of a country, then they can also be a monarch, they can transfer one's money. Okay, and then further they gain the money and they can do whatever they want with the money. Okay, if they are the financial head. Hmm? But that's why only the constitution has limit its powers. Okay, so its role is so its role is that it's limited, but it's also very significant on some sort of ways. After that, he also has a very good freedom about the expenditure of some of the companies and corporations and financial matters. After that, the limitations that I was talking about, okay, is that the about limitations about corporations. So what is a corporation? First of all, corporations means there is one manager. Okay, there is one head particularly. After that, there is a manager, and by that manager there are workers. So these types of people, or these all group of people, are corporation. They are doing some sort of topic. Okay, they are gaining something from doing this particular topic or any sort of thing. Okay, so these are the corporations. Okay, there is difference between companies and corporations, first of all. So how does the Computer and Auditor General administers the financial matters of corporations? So it depends on the nature of the corporation. First of all, if the corporation is private, if the corporation is public, or if the corporation is having the aid or some sort of it's binding onto the central government, that is medium. So first we will talk about the corporations which are totally administered by the government or the central government, and particularly the Computer and Auditor General. I am just talking about the financial matters of the corporations. So the financial matters of corporations which are totally up to the government, the CAG, that is Computer and Auditor General, has all particular power upon these corporations. Okay. After that, the medium corporations which are somewhat in the central, then somewhat they are itself private. Okay. uh, these types of corporations are also somewhat ruled by CAG and somewhat not ruled by CAG. That's the only thing. After that, there are some corporations such as RBI, SBI, okay, which are very private corporations, and their head is hired as an IS officer and by the government itself, because which are very important corporations in which the CAG does not take any sort of part. Okay. After that, uh, the government companies, okay, the government companies के जो head होते हैं, they are appointed by the Computer and Auditor General itself. So I will say that Computer and Auditor General just pay a part, the good part, okay, in the government companies, and these having the power in government companies, in the powers in medium corporations, the powers in the corporations which are ruled by the particular government, and that power is given to by the constitution to the CAG. So these were the particular powers, limitations, appointment term that are all said about CAG. I don't criticize the CAG, okay, because it is deemed as the most important uh, person of the constitution, so I won't say anything, and that's all. Okay, for me CAG is also limited but also good. I hope the country's CAG, that is current CAG, is Murullu, named something, he does his works proper. As a citizen of India, I have the right to say. Okay, so thank you, Jayant.